Summertime, it conjures up images of the beach and fun times. But for high school kids, it can be an opportunity to impress colleges when it comes time to apply to college. College planning advisor Paul Hemphill is here to tell us what your high school student can do this summer. Paul, great to have you back. Always such good information for parents and for college students, or soon to be.
Right.
College students.
Sure.
The first thing we're going to talk about is the most important thing that a high school student can do this summer.
Develop communication skills. If a student wants your job, Ashley, what the employer is going to be asking or expecting of that student is to know how to write well, how to speak well. By contrast, they're not interested in you developing your texting skills. So stop texting, okay, and use that oral cavity at the bottom of your face to talk to your friends so that they can hear your silver tones, so that with practice someday that silver will turn to gold. And the other thing you ought to do is to practice your writing skills by writing a little diary, having a little diary available, so that at the end of each day you can spend 5 minutes writing down what you observed that day. It doesn't matter how mundane or how boring it is. The point is to practice that writing skill.
And it seems like it's so simple, just talking and communicating with people. But it's interesting, Paul, when I have a student that I know when they're in high school, they don't talk much, they can't communicate with adults that well.
Right.
When I see them after they graduate college, it's a new person. So it is interesting how just that communication face-to-face can make a big difference when it comes time to apply for a job.
Big difference.
Big difference. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is what will help students with their writing skills. I know that you did say jotting down what they did that day, but that's something that I think they think, oh, it's a diary. I'm not going to write in a diary.
Right. I would suggest that the parent contact one of the local colleges and sign the student up for a creative writing course. Because, first of all, you'll get college credit for that. That's pretty good for a high school senior. But at the same time, colleges are really interested, or I should say employers are really interested in knowing that you have developed good writing skills, communication skills. And by extension, that means that your vocabulary has to be very good. My suggestion is that you go to a website called directhitseducation.com and buy the 2 books through that company, and that will really increase your vocabulary immensely.
And that can be very impressive when it does come time to apply. Let's talk about summer jobs. I think every parent wants their child to get a summer job because they can pay for their own gas, or they can pay for their own fun times with their friends.
Right.
But it's about a lot more than that.
It is. This may surprise you and shock you, parents, but the colleges really are not interested that your son or daughter has a job on their resume. They have a list of 15 items on their priority list as to what they consider to be most important. The most obvious ones at the top of the list are GPA, test scores, the rigor of your courses that you took. The college application essay ranks as number 5, the college interview ranks as number 10. But at the very bottom of the list, at point 15, is a summer job. So what the colleges are really saying to you in effect here is, we're not interested in how you developed your abs or your biceps over the summer. We're interested in knowing how you developed your mind.
And that could be with a summer job, depending on what that summer job is.
It could be. So I'm not discouraging anybody from getting a summer job, but just remember what the perspective of the colleges is.
Right, if that's all that you're thinking about, absolutely. And it doesn't hurt to have a couple bucks in your pocket either.
Right.
Of course, we all know, and we hear it since you were a baby. You know that your parents were reading to you, and then as you grow, you want to make sure that you're reading yourself, and that doesn't stop when it comes time to prepare for college. Read, read, read.
Right. I would suggest that you find something, a subject matter that you're really interested in. It could be baseball, or it could be reading about Asiatic elephants roaming the Siberian tundra. Who cares? Whatever it is you're interested in, you ought to read about that. Or if you're interested in broadcasting, you want to read whatever you can on journalism, communications, or broadcasting. Again, the lesson comes down to what the colleges are looking for. They want to know that you've had, or you can show them evidence that you have improved your mind, not your texting skills.
Yes, if you have to shoot a quick text, that's okay, but obviously everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
And like you say, the summer, we do think of it as just a few months to just go to the beach and have fun with friends. But you have to remember the value of that time and what you can accomplish in a short amount of time by just reading, writing, and communicating with people, not through text, Paul.
Correct.
Very good. Thanks so much. I'm sure a lot of parents will take this and make sure that their student is applying them. Thank you so much, Paul, for being here.